super secure.
I think I'm gonna use Bharat.
Who knows?
Of course.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat. You're watching iGyaan, and we've got a special video. We've got Keaton here from TechSmartt.
It's good, guys.
I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. You should go check it out. He's big.
He's been motivated. Please subscribe.
He's becoming bigger. He's diversifying, as according to him. And he's coming to India soon. We've got a special video. The Note 9 came out. Mine is on charging, even though the battery is supposed to be 4,000 milliamp hour.
Just keep it charged. It's not that hard.
I'm keeping it motivated.
Oh, look at you.
So we're going to be doing 9 things we like and 9 things we do not like about the Note 9. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and find the negatives, 9 negatives. I'm not sure if I could. He has a lot of positives. He's an Android fanboy, as you may have known by watching his channel, which is purely on Apple content. And let's get started. The first thing that you like about the Note 9.
I really like the design. So what I will say is it's obviously super similar to the Note 8, but having extra 0.1 inches on the screen, it's not noticeable. I think I can say that. Can you say that too?
It's huge. Unless you have big hands like me and Keaton, it's going to be a problem.
I mean, not holding it, of course, because we got big hands.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd say that being too big may not be too good always. So I'd say I take it as a negative for some people, but not truly a negative, but I'll take that as point 1. Point 2, the second thing that you like about the Note 9.
So the second thing that I think is really sweet about the Note 9 is that extra battery life. So this thing has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. And compared to the Galaxy S9 Plus with a 3,500 milliamp hour battery, I think it's noticeable. I mean, it's right in the pocket with getting you, I think, 15% extra performance. And that's just my estimation. But they're claiming it to be all-day battery life, and I can't remember who said they hate that term, but I totally agree. That's so whatever on whose day it is. I think it might have even been on Box Therapy. So just because your day is more intensive than mine and you play more Fortnite than me, I mean, this guy just... I had to basically take his phone just to film
Fortnite
this for his channel.
I don't even have Fortnite.
Dude, you like the new skin. Let's be honest. It comes on the Galaxy Note 9. All right, well, I don't want to give anything away. All I'll say is having extra battery is nice. But
the negative here is that we all know what happened with the Note 7. When the launch happened, everyone was already taunting the guys on stage about the big battery being a trouble. But the only problem I have is that at least on the Exynos version, this is a pre-release, I may say that before I say the negative, is that I'm seeing a good amount of heating around the fingerprint sensor. And that may turn out to be an issue later on. But for now, I think that is an issue because it gets really hot.
So I actually have the US model here, and nothing's really been out of the ordinary outside of just like, it's a little warm. Nothing like crazy. Nothing. It's just a normal phone.
Okay, so the third thing you like about the Note 9.
So with the Note 9, they reinvented the S Pen, and what I think is nice is just the feel. Just feels a little bit better. I mean, this is nothing new. It clicks.
I mean, it's the same as Pen, except now it has Bluetooth LE. So you can use it as a presenter and stuff.
And I think that's a big thing. So when you're dealing with a big powerhouse like the Note series, and this has always been Samsung's claim to fame, it's kind of like the executive or the professional's phone. This phone's sweet, and the S Pen just kind of makes you feel more like an executive, and I think more organized.
Fanboys.
Dude.
Okay.
And you get to draw. I think that's the best part about any Note.
So I think point 3 for me is, and I'm running out of things to say bad about this phone.
It's true.
It's I'd have to say the $1,000 price tag in the US, and it's about 67,000 in India, which is still good compared to the iPhone, which launched at about $1,00,000.
What? Wait,
yeah, he has no idea what I'm talking about, but you guys do.
Wait, was that a lager? A lacquer?
A lakh is like 100,000.
Wow, is that like a rack? It's literally a lakh.
It's a rack of rupees. No, it's a lakh of rupees. But this one is quite affordable at the 128 gigabyte, which also means that there is a 512 gigabyte.
How much does that go for?
That's just another 10,000 rupees, which is like about $200 more, which is the same price in the US as well.
It's not too bad.
So they kept the pricing same for both countries, which is quite cool actually.
So I'll say for point 4, it's got to be the 12 megapixel camera on the back. I like the variable aperture. I think it's cool. It's on the S9. I mean,
How much have you used it though?
The S9?
Yeah. The variable aperture, how much have you used it?
I mean, I take photos, it kind of shifts. It's not like one of those things you notice, you're like, hey, I'm using the variable aperture. That's kind of the Pixel 2 XL and the P20 Pro, those have kind of been my go-tos for this year.
Right.
I think the Note 9 kind of looks like a promising contender. The front-facing camera also having an 8 megapixel
Yeah.
sensor. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, let's just do a quick selfie here. I mean, I might just post this on Twitter if you guys want to.
He might.
Ooh.
Point number 4, and even though he's given me a legit pointer, but I just thought of one more, which is that stop taking selfies.
Dude, it's a good camera. What can I say?
Such a fanboy. I'm gonna say that it's sort of lacking some of the things that I would have expected. I would have liked to see a flagship Samsung phone with an in-display fingerprint sensor.
100%. I think that's S10 material though.
Yeah, but like this
What if-
thing at the back is ridiculously awkward, and even my fingers don't reach it. I think only a couple of YouTubers can reach that, and yeah, a couple of giant hand YouTubers. So I think that for a lot of people, this fingerprint sensor is going to be annoying. You should call him.
No, we're fine.
Okay, 0.5.
All right. So this could be 0.5. I'm pretty sure it is. Bharat's just throwing me off. But I'm also going to take price here. I think $1,000 is worth for what you're getting. It's kind of the standard for what the iPhone 10 gives. And honestly, though, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for the S9 and the Note 9 now that the S9's been out for a while. You can probably find some deals at your local carrier.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of makes sense for this to cost $1,000. You're talking a 6.4-inch OLED screen. It's beautiful, big battery, solid cameras, and you get a stylus. But the coolest part is, and this isn't a feature, I'm not even going to give it this, so I'm going to do it now. This doesn't happen anymore. Like, that's smart. That's smart tech. Wait, that's TechSmartt.
So, I mean, everything from the speaker to the launch to everything they said about the phone was kind of exactly like Apple does their launches, including that HomePod replica speaker.
Dude, it looks like
and
a
the
grill.
Apple
Hey,
Watch.
it's a grill. It's a Weber grill, bro. Here's a picture of a Weber grill, if you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the $1,000 price, I think they're just trying to sort of do exactly
I
what
think they're
Apple.
trying to gouge to be kind of on the. So I'm kind of wishy-washy on this. I think this phone's beautiful. I don't really have any complaints. I mean, that's why I'm kind of for the Note 9. But here's the reality: all phones at $1,000 and kind of this high-end tier price are gonna be good. Like, they're all gonna have what you want. Most are gonna be USB. The occasional one's gonna be micro USB. People are trying to stretch.
I don't think $1,000 phone needs to be micro USB.
No,
anymore.
but the reality is, bro, I think it's more or less Apple setting that bar and everyone else just trying to copy how much they can get out of that bracket. I think it's really just about money.
Right,
Like,
but again, like I'm coming back to my point where
Yeah.
I say that instead of it being $1,000, it could have been $900, and they could have got a lot of other people to, yeah. Let's move on to 0.6.
So of course I'm gonna say this for 0.6. It's the headphone jack. I don't think this is a need to have. We're sure used to it not being there. I mean, the iPhone 7 kind of got rid of it, and then the rest of the industry, they just cut it off. So I like having it. It's nice on a phone that costs $1,000 that all my wired headphones work. I've been on the Bluetooth headphone game. I don't want to plug any of my own videos, but if you're subscribed, you know about that Wish video. Dude, the headphone jack, I'll just be totally honest, it's a nice to have. I'm not ready to forget.
We'll leave that link to that video in the description below. We'll do it for him.
Not in the
You guys-
iCard? Do you not do iCards?
Okay, we'll do the iCard
Okay,
as well.
yes!
Yeah, so you get a link to that video.
Namaste.
And
That's really good.
It is. Reason number 6 that I don't like about the Note 9 is I think the display is really nice, but the viewing angles on this are really bad. We've seen this with AMOLED screens in the past, and with Samsung giving like curved displays and everything, it should have slightly better viewing angles. It darkens out on the edges quite a lot. Also, again, coming back to materials, it still is missing. It should have come and launched with Gorilla Glass 6 since that came out just like a week before the launch.
And that seems totally like Samsung, and I'll totally agree with Bharat here. The viewing angles were one of the first things I noticed. While this display is beautiful, it's saturated. And with saturation, and I think just kind of Samsung displays in general, it's on the S9 and S9 Plus.
Right.
It's the viewing angles. It's
viewing
like, there are way better phones with, and like, don't even get me started. Like, I agree.
Okay. So 0.7 of why you like the Note 9.
Okay. So one of the things that I always love about Samsung phones is the fact that they got a good fingerprint reader for the most part. It's pretty accurate wherever it is. And then you have a pedometer / heart rate monitor. So what I think that's cool about this is it's not totally worth the money. It's just a nice to have. And yeah, if they didn't include it on the Note, I'd be like, where'd it go? But the one thing that's really dope about this year is the fact that they put the fingerprint reader under the camera, finally. It was on the Galaxy line for way too long. But basically, they finally woke up and listened to the community that, hey, fingerprint reader underneath the camera might cause less smudging and accidental touching of the regular camera.
Because everyone complained about it.
Dude, and like, I don't know, this kind of seems, I don't want to say not super normal, but I can see myself doing this. And the thing is like, I would love for there to be a better placed fingerprint reader. My vote is always on the power button.
Right.
But on the back, it's Face ID on the iPhone, I'm just going to throw it in here, is not the most accurate. And I'm not even going to give the iris scanner any credit, but facial recognition isn't there yet, so having a physical option is nice. And, you know, it's there.
I mean, it's a valid point, but you still hit the camera in trying to reach the fingerprint sensor, so
It needs to be lower.
You're still smudging it out. Also, I mean, he's talking about the heart rate sensor, which is great. Some people do use it. It's useful.
So like, this is the one thing I will say. I didn't think anyone used it, but it's the other places that actually use it on the day to day.
In India, it's probably used a lot.
Yeah. We don't really use it here.
India has people have a lot of blood pressure issues. So for those people, this is a
makes total sense. So reason 8 has to be kind of a silly one, but it's one that I think hopefully one day won't be a silly one. It's Bixby. So Bixby 2.0 is here. Laugh all you want. You get a button. I wish you could program this. Oh man, if I can root this device, I know one's maybe gonna come out. Android Pie one day. But if I could root this device and make this into a shutter, I'm set. Like, I could totally, you guys know I love to take pictures. But
it pulls out Bixby. Here, so my point 8 is also going to be Bixby. The fact that there is still Bixby on the Note 9 is kind of annoying.
just give us Google Assistant.
Yeah, just give us Google Assistant. It works. You can say, okay, Google, and it pulls it out. How many of yours got pulled out? I don't know. Mine
Let
did.
us know in the comments.
Yeah. But if you say, okay, Google, it starts up Google Assistant, and Bixby still has a button which I can't change, which is annoying. So what was your positive is my negative. And yeah, point 8 is done. And let's go to the final one.
Hey Siri.
Before we tell you the final thing he likes and I dislike about the Note 9, don't forget to hit like on this video. Go check out TechSmartt on all the social links. Everything is in the description below.
Thank you guys.
Also go follow us on all our social. That's also in the description below if you already aren't doing it.
I don't know. One thing about the Note 9 that I really like is SD cards. The fact that you can make this micro SD expandable up to 1 terabyte is pretty hot. I think there's so many times when I'm like, I wish they just put expandable memory in here. And on this they do. Up to 1 terabyte on this phone is going to be a beast.
Right.
Imagine if you actually want to use this as a computer.
Which you can.
Imagine if you actually want to use this as a computer. I've seen pictures. I think they showed it in the presentation.
It's pretty simple. You can do it
Yeah,
yourself.
it's not that big of a deal. But the matter is, 1 terabyte of memory, that's groundbreaking.
Yeah, so it's more than most laptops nowadays, which is a really valid point. It's really interesting. I'm sort of running out of things to say bad about this phone again. Some really good positive points about the Note 9. I'd have to leave it at the fact that Samsung's software updates are still extremely slow. I think the fact that the S9 also doesn't get Android 9, the fact that the Note 9 doesn't get Android 9 until the S10 comes out, while other phones half the price.
Like the Pixel 3 XL. It's going to launch with it.
Is it going to be half the price? What about the OnePlus 6? It already has Android P.
It's hard to compete, and if you really are about software and like a better experience, I think that's a way better way to go. And look at how much money you have left over. How much does the OnePlus 6 cost in India?
37, approximately half the price.
Wow.
Approximately half the price.
Dude, that's a third of a lakh, bro. I'm done saying it. But that's the thing, like, there are way better options out there. OnePlus is a great example. I don't know if Oppo or if any of your fans like Oppo, but like Oppo and Vivo, They make some great smartphones, and so even with like Redmi and Xiaomi, there's way better options in that mid-tiered range, and you still have money left over. So I think if you want to spend $1,000, and this is just my opinion overall, it's a dope phone.
Yeah.
Maybe Bharat his own opinion.
No,
but
I totally agree. It's an impressive phone, and I was running out of negative things to say about
it's
it.
impressive. I think that's the best thing. It's impressive. You know, it's like impressive, but for $1,000, what else?
70,000 rupees. The next iPhone, maybe. The next iPhone 10 upgrade, is it 11? Is it 10.1?
What about the Pixel 3 XL?
Is
How
it
much
the
is the
Pixel
Pixel
3
3
XL? It's probably going to be cheaper, like $700.
They'd kill it.
$699.
It's got a notch.
$699?
It's got a notch, dude. They save money.
It's got a notch. Yeah,
They save
money.
Cool.
Okay, so that's it. What do you guys think? What are your reasons for liking or disliking the phone? If you like this video, if you would like us to do more collaborations, get this guy again on iGyaan, which I'm doubtful that you will. But if you would, let us know. Again, all his links, everything in the
You
description
don't think they
below.
will?
I think they will. I think they will.
Do it.
Don't do it. All his links, everything in the description below. Go check him out if you have time, if you're done with iGyaan. Otherwise, stay here. We've got some other stuff coming up soon.
Stop. They just want to go over. But yeah, thank you guys again. This has been dope. Bharat's a good guy. And
Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Shabak Khair, bye bye.
peace. Yeah, that was just like, I'm just trying to spread the cloud. No, I'm just kidding.
Stay motivated.
Try to spread the motivation.
Cool. That was amazing.